Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm going to be talking about how good Chris Paul has been this season and how he is saving the Phoenix Suns organization, as well as saving Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton's careers. Yes, that is a bold claim, but the Suns have went from a team that is always out of the playoffs to the 2 seed during the All-Star break. Chris Paul has been a winner, and though me and the rest of the NBA community did expect the Suns to be good, Paul has elevated the Phoenix Suns to an NBA Finals contender, and right now is higher than the Los Angeles Clippers, Los Angeles Lakers, Brooklyn Nets, Philadelphia 76ers, and any other team in the NBA except the Utah Jazz in the standings. But before I get into the video, subscribe if you want to see weekly sports content about topics that most creators don't talk about. These videos also take me about a week to make, so that means so much to me if you could subscribe, as this is my dream job. Also, I'm so sorry that this video came out late, as I spent a couple days writing a script on why Mike Conley was snubbed from the All-Star game, but he was added as a replacement for Devin Booker, so that video idea is ruined. Also, shout out to Rising Highlights, as I got all the NBA highlights in this video from them, so go subscribe to Rising Highlights. Well, lastly, the music in the background is made by my sister, so if you want to go see more of her music, then click the link in the description. But after all that, now to the video. The Phoenix Suns have missed the playoffs for 10 straight years and haven't made the playoffs since Steve Nash's 2009-2010 team, but are currently second in the Western Conference, above the defending champions Los Angeles Lakers and their rival the Los Angeles Clippers, which is very impressive. For the Suns, this is also the highest winning percentage since the 2006-2007 season, the highest offensive rating since 2009-2010, and highest defensive rating since the 2005-2006 season. Phoenix has been one of the best defensive teams in the league, and the advanced stats prove it. Phoenix is letting up 107.1 points per game, which is 3rd and better than the Jazz, 5th in defensive efficiency, 8th in opponent shooting percentage, 4th in opponent true shooting percentage, and 2nd in average point differential. Now that is not all because of Chris Paul, as he is averaging a career low 1.2 steals per game, but Chris Paul has also been good in advanced stats by going 5th in assist percentage, 16th in offensive win shares, 20th in defensive win shares, 14th in overall win shares, and 18th in win shares per 48 minutes. But Paul has not just been a good defender, he's been a great team defender, and is helping his teammates get better, as these advanced stats show. And though they might not have the steals or blocks to show for it, the fact that the Suns are letting up the 3rd least amount of points with Chris Paul, compared to 20th last season without Chris Paul, proves that CP3 means a lot to the Suns team defensively. Looking at the Phoenix Suns offensively, they have a lot of talent. Devin Booker is one of the best shooters in the entire league, and has averaged 23 points throughout his 6-season career, including a 70-point game against the Boston Celtics in his 2nd season. Additionally, the Suns have a lot of depth, having 7 players that are scoring double digits, and those players are Devin Booker with 24.9 points per game, Chris Paul with 16 points, DeAndre Ayton with 14.5 points, Mikal Bridges scoring 13.7 points, Dario Saric scoring 11.5 points, second-year player Cameron Johnson is averaging 10.4 points, and lastly, Jay Crowder sneaking right over 10 points with 10.1 points per game. Chris Paul has become a vital part of the Suns team because of his stellar passing and him not committing any turnovers. And he also creates great opportunities for his teammates, which helps the Suns team so much. Paul also has the ability to slow down games, which at first sight may not seem that useful. But with this Suns team, that's 3 best players that aren't Chris Paul are 24 years or younger, slowing down the game can really help. You can really see how Chris Paul has changed this offense pace-wise, as the Suns are 28th in possessions per game this season, which is good because of how good their defense has been. That is way down from 9th in possessions per game last season. But it really has helped the Suns team by having less possessions per game. For example, Devin Booker misses a few shots, and the opposing team has just made a few quick shots, and they are coming back in the 4th quarter. At that point, the Suns really need to slow down the game and take control of the game again. That's what Chris Paul can do, as he is one of the few players in this league that can completely control the pace of a game. Let's look at how Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and some other young guys have matured with Chris Paul. Now, D-Book is not putting up the stats he did last season, but over the past 13 games, he has been averaging 27.8 points per game, and that includes the last 2 games where he only played 52 minutes combined. Booker has also had his career high field goal percentage and 2-point percentage, while his 3-point percentage is up from last year. This is all 2 less minutes per game than last season for Devin Booker, who is somehow still only 24 years old. DeAndre Ayton's stats have also gone down, but his efficiency is up, as he is setting career highs in field goal percentage, 2-point percentage, and 3-point percentage. This is also a trend across the entire team, as double-digit scorers Cameron Johnson and Dario Saric both have career highs in field goal percentage, and their efficiency has been better than before. Jay Crowder may not be setting career highs, but in some metrics, this season has been one of his best efficiency-wise. And throughout the entire team, it showed, as Phoenix is 3rd in 2-point percentage, 9th in 3-point percentage, 4th in true shooting percentage, 6th in field goal percentage, and also 6th in effective field goal percentage. And efficiency matters with this team more than most, despite the league adapting so it could become more efficient. And that reason is because the Suns have one of the best defenses in the league, so they like to slow the pace down. And that showed in a stat that I brought up, and that is possessions per game, in which the Suns are 28th out of 30. So if there is a lower amount of possessions being played in Suns games, then the Suns need to hit those shots, because one shot in a Suns game means more than one shot in a Wizards game, who is fast-paced, and you won't get as many opportunities to knock down a shot in a Suns game. But moving on from that, Chris Paul has been a winner throughout his entire career, and though he may not have a lot of playoff success, it was a hamstring injury away from beating the Golden State Warriors and moving on to the NBA Finals with the Houston Rockets. Chris Paul also led a Thunder team that had very little talent outside of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Steven Adams, but they still took the James Harden-led Houston Rockets to 7 points and was only 3 points away from winning the game. The Thunder had a 0.6% chance to make the playoffs according to ESPN, but behind washed and injury-prone Chris Paul, the Thunder won, because Chris Paul is a winner. Now, are the Phoenix Suns really title contenders? It may not seem like it, but yes, they are. Phoenix may not be on the level of the Los Angeles Lakers or Brooklyn Nets, but I do believe that the Phoenix Suns are one of the teams that can win the NBA Finals. With the championship being relatively open this year, if the Suns get a couple bounces and get hot at the right time, then the Suns can absolutely win the NBA championship. Yes, I did not think I'd be saying that a year ago, but the Suns have already showed that they can get hot at the right time, going 8-0 in the bubble, but barely missing out on the playoffs. And though that may not have completely saved Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton's career, we really don't know if the Suns would have made the playoffs this year or any other year, as the Western Conference is extremely talented, and you can be 19-18, but still the 9 seed. Booker might have requested a trade at some point, but there are no signs pointing towards that, as he seems like a very loyal player. Booker is 24 and is going to be starting his prime in a few years. And though CP3 probably won't be the player he is now in a few years, he has taught Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton how to win and lead, or at least be a part of a successful team. You can make an argument that went too far with saying that CP3 saved Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton's career, but he has at the very least extremely helped both of them. But yeah guys, that's the video. And if you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments, as I want to make my content better for you viewers. But yeah guys, thanks for watching, be healthy, stay safe, and peace.